speaker tonight is Sarah Brinkmann. And Sarah is a litigation and support manager with Clyde & Co. And tonight Sarah is going to share with us how to face your challenges head on and rise above your own expectations. Let's welcome Sarah.
Thanks, Katie-Jeyn. Thanks for inviting me tonight to speak. I'd like to thank everyone else for coming. And I'm going to share, as Katie-Jeyn said, how to overcome our challenges, how to face your challenges head on and rise above your own expectations. Challenges and problems are experiences that we all face. They build us, they shape us, they make us who we are today. Looking back at my life, the last 2 years of my high school and the first 5 years of university in my career were the most challenging that I'd ever faced. I allowed fear and perception of toxic people drag me down through negativity and cruelty. I was deep in the career sabotage spiral, and my thoughts and beliefs saw my weight go from 120 kilograms to a life-threatening 15 kilograms. Wow. My body was shutting down. I was given 3 days to start eating or I was going to die. The prognosis scared me. It was obviously I couldn't mentally or physically continue on that path. So the stubborn me, who hates to be told what I can and can't do, took action to change the outcome. I was home for approximately 18 months following my fall from grace. I isolated myself from society. I surrounded myself with negative thoughts and gave up living everyday life. It was awful. Everyday life was a challenge. I was sick every time I ate. I couldn't walk. I couldn't bathe myself, and I was ashamed. It was the lowest point I'd ever gotten to in my life, and I hope I never get back there. During my time at home, my mum hired an interior designer to redesign her home. She was a woman that glowed with positivity. She was an absolute amazing woman. She just inspired me every single day and every time she talked. She got me to engage. She challenged me with unfamiliar tasks and renewed my belief in myself. The lady went on to pay for me to complete my diploma in interior design and drafting, and asked me to work for her on a part-time basis. Having restored my self-belief, and my perception on life obviously changed. And I was able to start to reach my full potential. So I started my diverse career in the construction industry as an interior design and construction manager, and project management professional, which transformed over the years into mining and law. After 7 years of working with Brinkmann, some of my colleagues from Brinkmann are here tonight, from a site-based role to the boardroom table, I found myself back in career sabotage. I'd failed to recognise the challenges that I needed to face and overcome to be able to prosper. It was when I was at my lowest I attended Katie-Jeyn's How to Accelerate Your Career in 12 Months or Less. After a few aha moments, I signed up to a 12-month mastermind. In the first 10 months, yes, I was really slow to accept change. I confronted some of my greatest challenges. I had a number of conversations which would once have been very, very difficult for me with my CEO and line manager. These resulted in improved working relationships and a very, very substantial pay increase. I faced my fear of looking for a role in law without a law degree. I applied for a number of roles outside of my comfort zone in an industry which I'd succeeded in but had never been immersed. I have since secured a role as a litigation support manager at Clyde & Co. Clyde & Co is a Tier 1 global law firm with 50 offices worldwide, and there's many, many of my colleagues in the room tonight. It's a company with which I developed great relationships and demonstrated sound results during my time at Brinkmann. I developed a lot of relationships with partners on the East Coast, not necessarily Perth, but it got my foot in the door. I managed to negotiate a greater work-life balance and funding for personal development. I now work a 9-day fortnight. I have 5 weeks of annual leave per year, and I'm able to work remotely as I need to. The company has also agreed to fund any future studies in law. In my previous roles, I had very, very few direct reports, if any. I now have between 12 and 50 paralegals, law graduates or lawyers either reporting directly to me or seeking counsel on various technical matters. I'm one of the few litigation professionals in private practice who has previously worked in the industry that it services. I'm well versed in risks, governance, records management, industry terminology, and the types of relationships sought and monitored by in-house counsel and boards within the mining and construction industry. Although I'm not where I want to be yet, I am much closer than I was 12 months ago. Katie-Jeyn has given me the tools, determination and courage to pursue my ambition and set my sights high. Some of the key challenges that I faced along the way were fear of failure, fear of public speaking, by the way, fear of losing my job, fear I wouldn't be liked or accepted, fear of repeating mistakes from my past, and fear of not being able to do a particular job or secure a similar role without a law degree, and fear of what the future would hold. Perception was another thing. I cared too much about what other people thought of me. Toxic people. I allowed toxic people to drag me down, whether it be through negativity, cruelty, victim syndrome, or you'll like this one, plain craziness. They created stress and conflict which could have been avoided. Negativity. I complained about how things could have been or should be, but I never did anything to improve them. My career acceleration power tip is do whatever is within your powers to make change and remove challenges from your personal life and career. Because once you do, the path will be cleared for much greater things. For me, the ingredients to overcome challenges and exceed your own expectations were and still are a positive mindset. So moving with positive thinkers. And as everyone knows, you are the average sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so get rid of the negative people, flick them out the door. Conquer your fears, have that difficult conversation, take the steps to move on from a career or company that's not serving you. And she's has done that in the last week. She's fantastic. Feel good about your achievements. Do not let others take away from what you have achieved. Go back to your roots. Identify what's important to you. What are your deal breakers? And ensure whatever path you take that you live by your moral standards. Don't live by someone else's. Reflect on the things that you're grateful for and not the negatives. Live in the present moment and don't overwork. Burnout's a real thing. I've been there and it's not pleasant. Messes with your mind. Make tenacity your friend. Be determined, don't give up and try and keep trying. And think big. With discipline and focus, you can ensure that challenges and obstacles never hold you back from reaching your full potential. Follow your heart and allow your passion to be your guide. My challenge this evening was conquering my fear of public speaking, and I hope I nailed it.